For your protection, get a home inspection required for FHA transactions. Why a buyer needs a home inspection. Car Form HID. A home inspection gives the buyer more detailed information about the overall condition of the home. Home inspection. A qualified inspector takes an in-depth, unbiased look at the potential of your new home to evaluate the physical condition, structure, construction, and mechanical systems, identify items that need to be replaced or repaired, estimate the remaining useful of the major systems, equipment, structure, and finishes. Lead-based paint and lead paint disclosures and hazards, disclosure acknowledgement and addendum, Car Form FLD. Every purchaser of any interest or residential property which is a residential dwelling built prior to 1978, as notified of such property may present exposure to lead from lead-based paint and may produce young children at risk of developing lead poisoning. A risk assessment or inspection for possible lead-based paint hazards is recommended prior to purchase. Market Conditions Advisory, Car Form MCA. This advisory discusses some of the potential risks inherent in changing market conditions. Real estate market conditions are cyclical and can change over time. It is impossible to predict future market conditions with accuracy. Megan's Law, Database Disclosure, Car Form DBD. Regarding sex offenders, information about specified registered sex offenders is made available to public via internet website maintained by the Department of Justice at www.meganslaw.ca.gov. Water heater and smoke detector statement of compliance, Car Form WHSD. California law requires that all new replacement water heaters and existing residential water heaters be braced, anchored, or strapped to resist falling or horizontal displacement due to earthquake motion. Smoke detector of compliance. California law requires that every single-family dwelling and facility-built housing unit sold or after January 1st, 1986 must have an operable smoke detector approved, listed by State Fire Marshal, installed in accordance with the State of Fire Marshal's regulations. Statewide and seller advisory. You are strongly advised to investigate the condition, suitability of all aspects of the property. If you do not do so, you are acting against the advice of brokers. Car Form SBSA. Buyer is advised to have the property inspected by a professional property inspection service with buyer's inspection contingency period. Notice of your supplemental property tax bill, Car Form SPT. California property law requires the assessor to revalue real property at the time of ownership of property changes. Because of this law, you may receive 1 or 2 supplemental tax bills depending on when your loan closes. It is your responsibility to pay these supplemental bills directly to the tax collector. Real estate transfer disclosure statement, Car Form TDS. The seller discloses the following information with the knowledge that even though it's not warranty, prospective buyers may rely on this information in deciding whether or not what terms to purchase a subject property. Seller hereby authorizes any agents representing principals in this transaction to provide a copy of this statement to any person or entity in connection with an actual or anticipated sale of the property. The following representations are made by the seller and are not the representations of the agent. If any, this information disclosure is not intended to be a part of any contract between the buyer and seller. Disclosure for 13th SEER requirements for VAC systems. As of January 23, 2006, the United States Department of Energy requires central air conditioners and heat pumps to meet an efficiency rating of 13 SEER or above. Most systems installed in homes are rated at 13 to 10 SEER. Buyer is advised of the possible presence within properties of toxic or otherwise illness-causing molds, fungi, spores, pollens, and or other botanical substances and or allergens. Buyer's inspections. Car Form BIE. If any box below is checked yes, buyer agrees to pay for the specified inspection. Buyer responsible for choosing the provider and ordering the inspection. If you do not specifically request a particular inspection now, you may do so in the future. In writing, however, if your collateral investigation period has expired, seller may not allow inspections at the time. Buyer's inspection waiver. Car Form BIW. Physical condition of the land and any improvements being purchased is not guaranteed by seller or brokers. For this reason, you should conduct thorough inspections, investigations, tests, surveys, and other studies, investigations of the property personally and with professionals of your own choosing. Should provide written reports, disclosures of your findings and recommendations. And you should not rely solely on reports, disclosures to provide by the sellers or others. A general physical home inspection typically does not cover all aspects of the property, nor items affecting the property that are not physically located on the property.